A good Erev Shabbos. Welcome to a taste of Shabbos, Parshas Naso here in Chutz La'aretz, where there is a divide between Chutz La'aretz and Eretz Yisrael for the time being, where we're in different Parshiot, which shows what a difference it is to live outside the land of Israel and inside the land of Israel. However, it's the Torah that bridges us. And it's the same Torah that we read and that they read and that we follow and that they follow that brings us and holds us together. In Parshas Naso, there are well-known smichus haparshios. Smichus haparshios means juxtaposition of passages in the Torah. And perhaps the most well-known juxtaposition is that of between Sota and Nazir, where it states that in the Talmud, and Rashi brings, that if somebody saw with their own eyes the undoing of a marriage and the process of the sota, of when there is a wayward behavior from a marriage by the wife, he should go ahead and yazir lo min hayayin. He should go and separate himself from the wine. Why? Because he needs a little spiritual medication. He needs to reinvent and reinvigorate himself, and by doing that, he does abstain from the wine. But there is perhaps a less well-known smichus haparshios, and that is the one beforehand, that of between Truma and the Isha Sota. The Torah states that we need to give Truma, we need to give offerings to the Kohanim. And it states explicitly, V'chol Truma l'chol kadshe b'nei Yisrael asher yakrivu l'kohen lo yeh. All the Truma, all of the offerings, the tithes that we're responsible for to give to the Kohen will be his. And only a verse after this passage, we begin Daber el b'nei Yisrael v'yamarto alehem ish ish ki tista ishto, when there'll be trouble in the marriage and the wayward marriage and the woman, the Isha Sota, strays from her husband. Chazal tell us at first enigmatically that if a person does not bring their tithes to the Kohen, eventually he's going to have to go for marriage counseling to the Kohen. Eventually he's going to have to go to the Kohen for a not nice reason, for the prospects of the Sota process. So it looks like a straight midah keneged midah. If you don't go to the Kohen for the mitzvah, you're going to have to go to the Kohen for the Aveira. So go to the Kohen for the mitzvah and not for the Aveira. But Rav Wolfson in the Emunas Yitecha gives a much deeper understanding. He brings the verse, Zekeli v'anvehu. Right? This is my God and I will glorify him and I must act like him. Mahu rachum, afatar rachum. He is merciful, he is generous, and he is a giver. And so too we have to be givers in our lives and in our marriages and in our families. And he says that if we're not giving one to another in the marriage the way Hashem gives life and sunlight and oxygen, if we're not following in that footsteps and we deny that giving, so then eventually the relationship dims and the partner looks for giving and receiving elsewhere. And therefore it's not merely a midah keneged midah, but it's a result. The result is if we're not a giving family and we're not looking to do for one another, eventually we're going to end up by the Kohen because we're not giving to each other and we stray one from another. There's a Zohar that states that although we usually cast the blame on Chava in the Garden of Eden, we normally cast the blame of guilt on Chava that she strayed from Adam and was seduced by the Nachash, by the original snake. So the Zohar says, you want to know why she was involved with the snake, why she was involved in conversation with the snake? The answer is because Adam wasn't paying enough attention. If Adam was paying enough attention and being there and talking and attending and connecting and giving one to another, so then there wouldn't be the opportunity for the snake, for the interference, for the seduction of external promise to make its way in. We're spending so much time in the home and not being able to go out because of all of the external challenges, whether it be the pandemic or whether it be protests or riots. Who wants to go outside? But are we allowing too much for the challenges of outside to impact what's going on inside the four walls of our home? Let's learn this message very well. Parshas Naso, Naso also comes from the language of lifting, right? Yisa, we should lift ourselves and our marriages by walking in the footsteps of Hashem and making sure that we're going to the Kohen and to Hashem and to our prayers and to our mitzvos as best we can. And when we do, may we merit being blessed by the blessings of the Kohanim. Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yaseim lecha shalom. May all of our homes be homes of peace. Good Shabbos.